Okay, today we're going to try and understand percent, fractions, and decimals. The first part here, it says 50%. Well, percent actually means something. Per means divide, cent means 100. So it actually means 50 per over 100. It means you take a whole and you break it into 100 parts. And 50% is half of them, 50 out of 100. This is what it looks like when you take a whole one and you break it into 100 parts, 10 by 10. There's 100 little squares here. 50 of them I've covered in yellow. So 50% and 50 out of 100, 50 per 100 mean exactly the same thing. There's another way of expressing exactly the same thing. If you see 0,50, this is a decimal, and the last zero is in what's called the hundredths place. So there's 50 100ths there, which can be written 50 over 100. So all these things, 50%, 50 over 100, and 0,50 are all exactly the same thing. Now, I'm going to give you a table for an exercise here. You're going to get a question like this, 75%, and you're supposed to complete the table. Well, this is 75 per 7. Percent means 75 over 100. It's 75 hundredths. So as a fraction, it's 75 over 100. So there it is as a fraction. But as a decimal, that's just 0.75. Well, our fraction of 75 over 100, I mean, it's the right answer. That's what fraction it is. But they sometimes like you to reduce fractions. So you look for the biggest common factor of 75 and 100, the biggest number that will divide into both. 75 divided by 25 is 3, and 100 divided by 25 is 4. So 0.20. Well, as a fraction, that's 120 100ths. So there it is as a fraction, 120 divided by 100. Or, so there it is, the first fraction, 120 divided by 100, but that's also 120 per 100%. So that's really just 120%. So all you do is move the decimal 2 to the right, and you'll get what it is, 120%. The biggest number that goes into 120 and 100 is 20. 100 divided by 20 is 5. 120 divided by 20 is 6. So 6 over 5 is the fraction in reduced form. Okay, if you've got 3 over 5, and you're trying to figure out 3 over 5, what is this as a decimal and a percentage? Well, what we have to do is we have to figure out what 3 over 5 is as a fraction of 100. So what you have to do is change 5 into 100 by multiplying by 20. 5 times 100 is, 5 times 20 is 100. And then you have to multiply the top by 100. So 3 times 20 is 60. So 60 out of 100 is the same fraction as 3 over 5. Well, 60 over 100 is 60%. And then 60 100ths is 0,160. Okay, so that's what you'll be asked to do. You'll be given one of these things, percent, decimal, or fraction, and you're asked to figure out the other three. Hopefully this video will help you. I'm going to give you the questions like this so you can use the video. You can just try the questions, or you can use the video to help you with the first three, and then complete the whole table to complete the exercise. Okay, and that's it for this part.